Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Zareth Prevails. So, real talk, guys, I recently released a video that talked about maximizing your banners, or rather your tickets, in being able to get Grandmaster Luke shards, or Jedi Master Luke, whatever his name is. Grumpface is what I normally call him. And frankly, so tiers 1 and 2 is easy. That's just fine. Tier 3 is kind of a sticking point for me. I hate that I got through it pretty fine, and most people that I talked to got through it fine. And the fact is, there is some stuff that escaped my notice. I always do research. I never put videos out that I don't think are true, or if I think that maybe there's some kind of like wrongness or, like something might be off, I say it in my videos. So I hate that this happened. I didn't realize that it was an issue until later, and people are saying, hey, I followed your guide and it didn't work for me. And frankly, there is always going to be a little bit of RNG, but I think I've narrowed it down to the point where, like, almost always you're going to be able to beat tier 3, but don't just take my word for it. I did over 50 runs on it, and I spent well over an hour making sure I had the right combination, and I only failed once on it. So I'm going to run it 10 times in a row for you guys live to show you guys that my methodology works. I'll show you guys my mods, and it'll be a good time. So we're going to do tiers 1 and 2 first, and then we'll do 3, and then I'll do, I have enough tickets to do a tier 6 run. Super easy. As long as you follow the prescribed path, I'm sure that everyone can do it, and it'll be a good time. So let's do tier 1 here first, and I'm convinced that as long as you have okay mods on everyone, that's enough. Like, my Jedi Master Luke, or Jedi Knight Luke, whatever, he's got crit damage and everything. Really not a big issue here though. So we are going to run this, and it's going to be pretty easy. So this first part, I wish we could just fast forward. It's so easy. So I struggle to resist just setting these guys on fire. It doesn't really matter. It truly doesn't. So you can reset the situation by stunning everyone. What I like to do, I like the automatic crits here. So the Gamorrean guards are going to kill themselves because they're eventually going to taunt. And the trick here is to making sure that Luke keeps the aggro. Like you want R2 to be hiding in stealth. R2 barely does anything, honestly, except for focus everyone on hitting Luke. And that's imperfect too. So R2D2 can die, not a big deal. It's all about Luke. So the key, really, you want Luke to keep his Jedi's will up as long as you can, and we're all under Lando lead here. So Lando doesn't do anything for Luke. He barely does anything for R2, but it doesn't really matter. So we want to keep the Jedi's will up, like I said, as much as we can, and then that gives us the opportunity to counter every time they hit. So, like, I don't know why we would stun when we want them to be hitting Luke. So we'll just let them shoot him, and it's a fun thing to stun them. It's still amazes me. I love the power so much. Let's do that now because we won't have Jedi's will, and that was on cooldown. So now we can kind of restart things. Now we get Jedi's will again. I really hope it's called Jedi's will. It is. Because if I went through an entire guide saying that I had figured something out and then didn't actually have the right ability name, that would be, like, on the edge of embarrassing. I'm not saying that it would be embarrassing, but it wouldn't be unembarrassing. So, all right. Now, this is the only part that you guys need to make sure you're paying attention to. So, the event description, actually, for those of you who read it, you should read it, and if you don't, shame on you, because it says all you have to do is kill Boba. He doesn't even have Bounty Hunter's resolve, so we only have to kill him once. Han starts by targeting one of these taunting characters, and you kind of think, oh, okay, well, he's blinded, he's, like, whatever, it's a weird situation. Like, maybe it is just something that you you have to target these taunters. No, he always gets to target outside of taunt, and we only have to kill Boba once. You can only hurt anyone on you can only hurt someone with Han's shot one time. Gosh, what am I saying? You can only hurt someone with Han's basic because it can't miss. The middle one, though, you can use the middle one if you want. Blind will eventually wear off if you want to just do a slugfest. I haven't tried to do that. I don't know how tough that would be because it's way easier if you just don't do it that way. But like this will cycle through his turns pretty quick. Like you go here, and then he gets an immediate turn again because he has all the crit chance, and that restores his turn meter. So you can do this, give all the people buffs. Eventually, all these taunts are just going to disappear. And now, okay, so Lando can do his thing, and now Han and Chewie can take out Boba, and that's it. Look at how all of those thugs are just gone in the animation. It's like they expected us to wait until everyone else was dead to kill Boba, but why wait? Why deny us that satisfaction? So, okay, got the easy win here, and now we can work on Tier 2. Okay, so now let's get into the fight here in Tier 2. I think people were advising that we put crit avoidance on R2-D2 in this case because he's just going to take a bunch of hits. I don't really think that's going to be a big deal, though. So here we want to we're going to get Leia starting her triple tap, double and triple tap as fast as we can. We're going to put smoke on R2. He's going to take a bunch of hits. And the key here, guys, really is to kill the stormtroopers first. You always want to kill the stormtroopers first. That is very important. One thing I will point out is that my Leia has horrible mods. She's not going to be doing much damage at all. And that's okay. We can live with that, potentially. So, kill the stormtroopers, and now we'll just go around the world and take these guys out. If you want to be crazy, you can target other people once these guys are stunned or something, if you want. You can do an AoE with Wicket. Wicket is largely inconsequential. I do like to call Han sometimes, though, so we can reduce turn meter, but that like didn't work anyways, so... yeah. I mean, probably just wait until someone like R2 can go in and finish him off. We'll save that smoke for later. And we'll save that stealth for later. We have 3 waves of this. We kill the stormtroopers first. Stormtroopers first, because they're going to taunt. And we may as well just bow to the inevitability of them taunting and us not being able to get to anyone else anyways until they're part of it. So I do like to put it on Leia, or have Leia do her basics more, because she's going to triple tap, she's going to cause that expose from 3PO, and then she's going to she'll be able to do a bunch of damage. See that? We're just about to kill one of the stormtroopers, and another one of them taunted. How dare he? Alright, that guy just died on his own for fun. At least I assume it's for fun. That guy died burning. That's pretty awful. And now I guess we can do an AoE with Wicket. The turns with Wicket always seem so random to me. Like, why even include him, really? Like... I guess he's part of the event, but he doesn't actually impact a single thing here. So, probably could have gone without that. Okay, so we want to make sure she has stealth available for turn 1. She has 3 stacks of translation, so I'm going to call 3PO to assist, because he will reduce her turn meter with a basic attack. So, that's kind of useful of Wicket, I suppose. Similarly, though, I would prefer just to save this this big shot here. So we'll just do a basic. We'll save smoke. We'll reduce turn meter, or cooldowns, rather. We'll get into the final encounter here. So, apparently I'm attacking the Stormtrooper Commander. That wasn't really in the plans, but we can just burst him down, apparently. We'll smoke R2-D2 again. He's the punching bag. That's fine. Get Leia more stacks of translation here. Because whenever she uses that stealth, she just gains 100% turn meter anyways. And that guy's stunned. I probably should have stunned one of the guys with more health, but I guess I don't. I also just don't care that much. So yeah, let's stun this guy, and then we can work on a third guy here. You know what, let's finish him off. And looks like Han is dead. That is crazy. That never happened before in any video I saw. But I'm also not remodding for anything or anyone here. So these things can happen. The fact is, you can give everyone maybe a little faster mods, a little bit better. You know, crit avoid on R2 does make sense. I don't find it necessary. After I did I only did a few rounds of testing after I had beat this. But to be fair, I did have to beat it like 4 times, and it was never close. So yeah, got the win and the theoretical shards, and now we're to the money tier. This one is the tricky one. So, I'm going to show you guys my mods here. This is really important, guys. The modding for the other two doesn't really matter that much. Like, make sure you have good mods, but, you know, like, just give them their archetype of mods. Like, for attackers, give them good offense stuff. For R2, give him, he's kind of a tank there. Give him crit avoid and all of that. And C-3PO, you can give him speed and potency, all of that stuff. So, with Luke, however, now, this is where modding is very, very important, guys. So, you need to do enough damage against Vader to be able to actually finish him off. It's super important that you have enough damage. However, he also does a lot of damage to you, and so and he can just end the fight with 1 crit on his culling blade, even without any dots. I went during my testing, he killed Luke a few different times on the first move. Before Luke even got to move, he just threw his saber and killed him. And in on my testing, it's like, man, I can't believe it didn't happen to me. But you guys need to know that it's very possible for that to happen. And frankly, there is some RNG here still. After doing it 50 times in a row, once I discovered, so I did it more than 50 times. I ran it 50 times in a row to make sure that I didn't fail on it. And if I did fail one time, just barely, because RNG was bad, and RNG just happens. But before that, man, I was losing, actually. I tried a bunch of different sets. People are saying you should use Tenacity set on Luke, and I disagree. That Tenacity set that I wore gave him like 160 something Tenacity, and Vader still landed all his debuffs all the time. All the time. Like, it didn't make any impact at all. So Tenacity, in my experience, in all my testing, Tenacity didn't do anything. What did help tremendously is making sure I had a crit avoid arrow. So my fastest crit avoid arrow is a plus 15, or the fastest one that I wanted to use, I should say. So, you know, it gave me extra protection as well, which is nice, because Luke does just, he's pretty squishy here compared to Vader in some ways. So, you know, that crit avoid arrow, though, make sure it's 6E, guys, or better. Like, super important. Doesn't have to be super fast, I don't think. Otherwise, you know, you could make an argument, since we don't have as much crit chance, I have a health set on him. I would prefer a crit chance set on him, but I don't have any crit chance arrows. So I went with health, just to give him a little added survivability. Other than that, though, crit damage, you could probably go with similar offense mods, frankly. Like, my crit chance here is 57. It's fine, but we're not going to, like, we'll crit often enough, but it's not, you know, it's not quite high enough to really make it super worthwhile. So, here's the thing though. Crit avoid arrow, must have. Really, really important. This saved me so many times. So many headaches. Then you get crit damage for the triangle. Probably raw offense would work too. I don't know for sure. Crit damage certainly does work, but if you're just doing an offense set, maybe raw offense would work. The math usually evens out, like, to be kind of pretty similar, honestly. People argue and quibble about it, and what I've found for most mod sets, crit damage and offense are kind of roughly interchangeable. Not as a rule, but that it's not as crazy as a lot of people would have you believe. Anyways, I'm on a tangent now. So an offense cross, you can see I have pretty good speed secondaries here. We do want good speed secondaries. You can see my kind of silly circle here. Keep trying to roll speed on it, damn it all. But I did get some good offense, I guess. I don't know. Such a weird mod. But health is fine, protection's probably fine, whatever. And then, more good speed secondaries. So, I know that everyone can't get to quite this speed. What I do know, too, though, is that more speed is generally better for this. So, where does it say my speed? Oh, there we go. So 223 speed on him. It's not crazy. It may be unattainable for some of you, and all I can say is do your best. That's all I can really say. As fast as you can, but as healthy and protected as you can as well, with crit damage and especially that crit avoid arrow. Super important. So let's just jump into it here. So we're going to run it 10 times. I'll run it the full way the first time, and then I'm going to just skip after Vader because it's easy to kill Palpatine on the second phase. So what we're going to do first, so again, Jedi's Will is super duper important to this mission. You need it. So we can get it from this special, and we can get it from his lead special. So we start the match off with this so that we can cycle through this pretty quick. So we have Jedi's Will. When Vader goes again, or when Vader finally goes, on at least all of his attacks other than Force Crush will be able to hit him back. So now we're just going to make sure that we have a guaranteed crit here in case he doesn't, he kind of dispels himself in a way, like he does Merciless Massacre and then he does Force Crush and all of that. So now it's the Jedi's Will is going to expire here. It only lasts for 2 turns, so we're going to use this leadership ability here. Now, immediately, I know this sounds like a contradiction. Immediately, we need to use the Jedi's Will again, because Vader's next move is going to be a basic attack, and that could ability block us to the point where if we're only doing basics and he just constantly ability blocks us, we're just going to die. So we're gonna hit him here. Now we're ability blocked, but when Vader goes again, we're still gonna hit back. So looks like he's just gonna let us finish him this time. There's a lot of variations on how he starts, and I can't tell any kind of rhyme or reason to it. I think it's just totally random. So I'll show you guys how to do it with Palp here. And then in the future, the numbers 2 through 10, we're just going to exit out because it's really easy. So you have this ability here. Just stun him. Get Jedi's Will up. And he's going to hit you with shock. You're going to hit him back because you have Jedi's Will up. You're going to hit him again. And then you're going to cower in pain and beg for Daddy to save you, and he's going to do it like any good daddy would. So, dispose of that worthless filth so that he can come back and haunt us in the sequel trilogy, I guess. Yeah, but we got the kill here. So that was number 1. We're going to do, and guys, if you don't want to watch every single one of these 10, I'm going to, in the video description, you guys can just go down and click on the timestamp. That it'll have a timestamp on there, so you guys can see that. You guys can skip this if you want. It's important to me that I show you guys that I'm not just cherry picking, like 10 in a row live. So here we go. Jedi's Will to start with. And then we're going to do, so that's where I died one time. He threw his saber and killed me. One time, that's what happened. Crazy. But that doesn't happen often, honestly. Now we did this. We're going to do the Jedi's Will one more time. And just going to kill Vader. I wish we could click through this scene right here. Creepy Palpatine doing some threats. And if it's ever obvious that we're going to be able to kill Vader, I'll just retreat at that point. But I'm just trying to save time by doing this, even as I'm insisting that I do it 10 times. Okay, so this is time number 3. So, Jedi's Will. Get the culling blade thing. Alright. Now Jedi's Will again, and Jedi's Will again. And now we're ability blocked, but it shouldn't matter that much, hopefully. So culling blade again, and that could have been really, really painful. Okay, so now this is where the RNG starts to kick in just a little bit. We didn't kill him on the first exchange, so we're going to do Jedi's Will. We're just going to continue the game plan, because he could ability block us at any point. And now I'm pretty sure we kill him. So, tell you what, we're going to do it just one more time, just to make sure you guys know. If we're in that situation again, I'm going to just forfeit, though. I just want to make sure that you guys see that this does work. So, let's do number 4. And as usual, we're going to do the same thing. Okay, so we're ability blocked now. This is a tricky spot. So this is probably the worst part of RNG. Now, let's just do this Jedi's Will again. So then it's basically just hitting the reset button. So hit that button. Now we're ability blocked again. And that's not great. But we got another turn, and we'll do Jedi's Will once again. We'll do Jedi's Will again, and we don't have a choice to force out. So, good old Palpy here. And we can exit, hopefully, soon. All right, number 5 coming up. So, do that and try to stun him, even though that never works. And do another Jedi's Will. Do another Jedi's Will. I'm a willful Jedi. And now we're ability blocked. That's not great. This is the scariest piece of the RNG, but we still got it. Alright, so we're halfway done. Halfway done, halfway done. And this will be good. This will be good. Every once in a while I want to kill Palp just for making me wait. You guys can imagine, I've been testing this and testing this. Gosh, I'm so bored of this mission at this point. But wanted to make sure you guys have a guide that you can trust. So, we've got this going. We're going to do this. Now we could hope, this is also scary, we could hope that he culling bladed this ability block away. That does happen sometimes. See, he does culling blade sometimes. But, yeah. So, once again, ability blocked. It's scary, but usually we can get it back. Do Jedi's Will again. So after we do the big stun move, I forget what it's called, that doesn't actually stun Vader, but it does stun Palpatine. After that happens, you don't want to use that again. In my experience, that never helps to use it a second time. So use it the first time, and because sometimes you get a good crit on him, and it helps your chances to survive. But okay, so that was 6. This is number 7. Good, Culling Bladed, and we got to hit with a guaranteed crit, another guaranteed crit, perfect, and another guaranteed crit. His blind apparently doesn't do anything. That was a time that we probably could have died if we didn't have that. If we didn't have the crit avoid. I'm wondering if I had the timing off here, because, yeah, I might have gotten the Jedi will thing wrong here. So, gotta be careful here. That was a danger zone. We had 4 debuffs. Even without a crit, that could have gone bad. But as you can see, like, even though I'm identifying these times that things could go bad, they haven't been going bad. So, okay, so that was number 7. Let's get number 8 in. And, alright, so Jedi's Will. Do the stun thing. And that did a lot of damage. Did you see how much that did on me? That's crazy. Right, Jedi's Will again. And Jedi's Will again. So now we have a couple turns of being able to hit back if Vader gets a turn. Looks like we'll kill him, but that was close enough that I didn't want to leave you guys hanging. Okay, so that was number 8. We got 2 more to go. 2 more times that Palpatine threatens us, and I think we'll kill him on the 10th one. Just out of spite. I mean, he's a spiteful person. It'd be ironic to take him out of spite himself. So, one more time with tier 3. Or this is number 9. Not one more time. 2 more times. So, Jedi's Will. Get this done. I'll try this done. Do Jedi's Will again. And do Jedi's Will again. And now we're set up. If he goes again, he can hit us. This is close enough. We might not take him out. Yep. So, this might go poorly. Let's see. He healed himself, but we have Jedi's Will, so we can hit him. Alright. And the thing is, guys, you're not seeing it here because I have good damage, but if I didn't have good damage, I had a tenacity set on. I tried it like 20 times, and it just didn't work. Sometimes it worked fine, but I just didn't have enough damage. I couldn't do enough damage to him. So, we're in number 10 here now, and let's see. We're going to kill Palpatine after this. So we're going to attempt the stun. Doesn't do anything. And he didn't even ability block. He got 3 turns in a row, didn't do anything with it. So, this is the time that we're the most vulnerable. Because we don't have ability block on or we have ability block. He's healing himself. And, you know, this is the cycle that's scary. But if we have enough damage, we can get through it. Like I said, I did it 50 times. I failed once. It can happen. It happens to us. If you have worse mods, it probably happens more often. I don't know for sure. I don't think these mods are impossible to replicate for most people, but maybe I'm wrong. But like I said, do the best you can with what you have. So we stunned Palpy, and we have Jedi's Will up now. So now Palpatine's dead. I wish that the movie had shown Palpatine actually fighting Luke instead of Palpatine just torturing him. That would have been cool, but I mean, the movie's good enough. I don't need to quibble. It still would have been cool to see Luke, you know, take up where Mace left off. That would have been sweet. So there you go, guys. 10 times in a row. I could do it another 10 times. I'm not going to. 10 is probably excessive anyways. I'm going to pause for just a minute, and then we're going to do tier 6. Okay, and now we're going to do tier 6. It's going to be live, guys. I have tickets here. And so you guys know that I firmly believe in this, because if I fail this, I fail the ultimate. Like, I don't get it. I don't get that mat, and that is super important to me. So hopefully on the strength of that, you guys will believe, because I'm only going to show you guys one rep of it, but it does work nicely. So they have the pre-selected characters here, and yeah, so Anakin, whoops. Do I just not have mods on Anakin? I think I do. I think this is just a borrowed Anakin, is my guess. The fact is, I haven't changed any mods at all. So I'll show you guys what my mods are, just so you can be aware. 312, Jedi Master Luke. I do have him. So I want him to have as much protection as possible, is what he's modded for. He's just got an extra 52k, so protection, and this is generally how I advise right now, at least, for people to be modding Jedi Master Luke anyways. There might be a better way to do it eventually, but right now, like, I don't have him super fast. I think I want a second potency set on him, for general use. I think I want another potency set on him, but having the defense is nice. Honestly, 3 potency sets would also not go amiss, but he's a tank, so it's nice to have that. Old Ben barely gets to go here, but I'm just showing you guys all of my mods, just so everyone can see. You can slow things down and pause them as you will. Haven't changed my mods from what they just are for, like, Grand Arena and stuff. So we jump in here, and Luke is apologizing to Ben, and we can only do the ultimate move here, which is pretty cool. I like that animation a lot. Okay, so we're gonna do the AoE attack, just because that gives it does. Oh, that didn't actually land anything. Okay, so now we're gonna have Yoda target Anakin here, and he has healing immunity on him now. Now Anakin's gonna go. He's going to send an attack from Luke to hit, and Anakin's just gone now, so that's interesting. Now old Ben is going to call Luke as well, and that's it. That's that. End of the game. End of the story. And that's how it's gone every single video I've seen, every single attempt. I have never heard of anyone failing on tier 6 ever. So, yeah, I mean, maybe it can happen, but I felt confident enough that I can just show you guys live, and that's it. So, anyways, guys, I think that's it. Tiers 4 and 5 are just easier versions of the last one. We can go through that real quick, actually. In fact, I think I remember it being a little different in tier 5. So let's walk back a little bit. Yeah, because they do have some characters here to go alongside Kylo. But can do the AoE. Everyone hits him back. All right, let's have Anakin go. And now let's have Luke hit Kylo. All right, Kylo's gonna go. And let's just do a basic here. And let's call Luke. Boom. See that? Easy. Easy peasy. And I believe tier 4. Well, we can do tier 4 real quick as well. Just because we're silly. And you guys like to spend time hanging out with me. I know you do. I know you do. I know you do, because I like to hang out with me. Well, I don't have a choice, so I feel like I should make the best of it. But, let's just do tier 4 real quick, and then I'll get you guys on your way if you're not already on your way to start with. So, you know, I have a Relic 7, Grand Master Luke, or whatever, Jedi Luke, you know, and that's nice. I think you could probably do the first few pretty easily without that. So, call Anakin. There we go. Easy peasy, guys. So that's it. I'll just leave you here. You don't need to see the ending animation. So thank you all so much for watching, and remember that in all things, Xaereth prevails. Good luck unlocking Jedi Master Luke with 0 fails, guys.